Good evening, my friends. Blink once if you can hear me. Blink twice if you can't hear me so well. Blink 3 times if you want me to get the heck out. So, was having an interesting discussion with a friend of mine today, and the topic was Moshiach and how, under what conditions Moshiach has to arrive, or how should I put this? Not even the conditions, but more so the, what's going to be happening before Moshiach arrives? What's going to be happening around the world? And I just mentioned to him, about the Lon Anava, his lectures, about how he talks about, how the people that we think are such leaders and rabbis and political leaders and people that or like I call them blue checkmark intelligentsia, or supposed thought leaders around the world, how we think that they are the people that we should be listening to, and in reality, how they are basically, Erev Rav. And he told me, listen, I don't like to, he told me, I used to listen to these kind of guys, and he goes, I don't like to listen to these guys anymore, and I'm more focused on, just the positive aspects of, so to speak, all the things that are happening, the miracles that are happening in Israel before Moshiach comes. And he goes, I don't like talking about these apocalyptic things. And I said, listen, it's not about apocalyptic things necessarily. It's just about, seeing what's going on in front of you, whether it's good and bad. We're not looking at just bad, and we're not looking at only good. We're looking at the whole holistic picture. And actually looking at that whole holistic picture, meaning the more things that you see in the world, or as Rabbi Nava says, the more things that you see as like headlines in the news that correspond with what Hazal spoke about, again, whether it's good and bad. The Jews would come back to Eretz Israel, the Jews would have an army, a government, and this and that, however it is. But at the same time, the generation is going to be like the face of a dog, and all these things that are happening today that we understand. We understand all these simanim that are happening. And I told them, it's about just seeing the whole picture and understanding this is what it is, and you're allowed to talk about it. And in particular, yes, the fact that the people who are pretending to be the leaders are leaders, or as Rabbi Nava said in the most recent lecture, he said that the people that run in front of everybody to go and teach everybody, and the people that, so to speak, the world or the Jewish world recognizes as this person is a VIP or one of the prominent public speakers. I'm not going to say the names, but people that people pay money to hear them speak at events. This person is speaking at, this, whatever, sponsored by this organization, and moderated by that such and such person from the media, and it's also important. It's also this, and everybody wants to hear him come here and speak. And then it's funny because most people with any say-ho go hear these guys speak, and they realize that they want their money back. They realize that they spent a couple of bucks to hear this supposed thought leader with a blue check mark say complete and utter nonsense, right? We've all been there. We've all been to these events. We've all heard this stuff. But for some reason, we all keep coming back, and we all keep giving our hard-earned money to hear these guys speak. For some reason. It just goes to show that, yes, it's in fact what Hazal spoke about, that we in fact would be, that people would be putting these guys, not just guys, and men and women, on a pedestal, as opposed to listening to big Talmidei Chachamim and big Tzaddikim and taking their words as wisdom, as opposed to the words of these. Listen, these people are essentially, they're well-dressed and well-spoken clowns. That's basically what I narrowed down to, unfortunately. And again, they have blue check marks next to their names. whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or other social media outlets. And for some reason we listen to them because they're very good at talking. They're not only very good at talking, they've been on the radio, they've been on TV, they've been, spiritual advisors to celebrities, both Jewish and non-Jewish. Some of them even went to politics. Some of them got, convinced us to vote for them, even if they didn't get into office. We still voted for them, just whatever, just for the heck of it. There's no one else to vote for. They are the best of all the crappy people. It's like Churchill said. Democracy is the best of all the crappy systems. So these people are the best of all the crappy people that we vote for. Yes, Michael Brennan, Moshiach now. Listen, that goes without saying. But, so we got into a discussion about that, and he told me, I'd like to think of the positives. I'm like, yeah, listen, man, that's all nice, but you have to look at the holistic picture. Again, not to be pessimistic and not to be, like I'm a person from the Soviet Union, so I'm a realist to a fault, right? Not even to be that, but just to see the whole picture, just to mehazik you, to understand that it gives you more of a mehazek, strengthening, to understand that Chazal spoke about all these things, and these things are here. That's it. That's basically it. Not to be all falling on our face, oh my God, but apocalyptic, but to see that these things are all here, the good and the bad. So that's that, guys. But it's amazing. Like today, for example, a friend of mine posted, a conversation that he had with somebody, a person who used to be a politician, who's kind of a prominent speaker in the Anglo world here in Israel. And he pressed this guy privately on certain issues. And the guy, instead of answering the questions, decided that he was going to skirt the questions or answer in a very kind of, just kind of very parv way. And then on top of that, instead of answering, he basically put my friend in a particular category, and he said, therefore, because you're in that category of people who think this way about a particular issue, I'm not going to even engage with you. As opposed to saying, well, here is your concern, and here I'm going to address your concern with my response or my opinion on the matter. He just put my friend in a box, and he said, because you're in that box, or because I put you in that box, there's not even a point to talk to you, because you've already, and I've had this happen to me as well. Person told me, a different person, they said, you already made up your mind, and therefore there's no point to even speak to you. I said, I didn't make up my mind. If I made up my mind, I wouldn't be asking the question. I want you to answer my question, or to prove to me that I'm wrong, or prove to me about certain aspects of what I'm saying is wrong, or if you're such an expert on the matter and I'm not, to tell me, to explain to me from your, expert opinion, because you've been involved in it longer than I have, why I'm wrong. No. You already decided, there's no point in talking to you. That's what they told me. That's what this person said to me, a different person, and that's what the person said to my friend. And these people this person claims to be a thought leader in the space, in the particular, in the Jewish world, with a blue check mark and all the works. And everybody reads the posts of this person and what he writes, and everybody is, oh my God, this is amazing, blah, 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 He only answers softball questions, but when it comes to things that challenge his worldview, things that challenge his points, he's going to put, and I get it, it's a defense mechanism. He's going to put people in the box, whatever it is. My friends, but just goes to show that Hazal knew what they were talking about. Here we are, almost 5782, 2021, and we are following these people off an intellectual and philosophical cliff. We listen to them, we put a lot of stock into their words for some inexplicable reason. We listen to them, people give them money, people fund them, people, pay them to come speak. They pay for their flights to come speak at this, come speak at that. And it's incredible. And even if the people don't agree with them, because the person is famous and the person built a name somehow, they were involved in some, where there was like some radio show or TV show or a celebrity, Jewish or non-Jewish, this person apparently has clout. It's literally called clout chasing. It's funny, like I think I mentioned to you guys, the guy Kwame Brown, the basketball player, he says that people accuse me of clout chasing because he speaks about the misdeeds of prominent people in the African American community, prominent speakers. And he said, I'm not the cloud chaser. If anything, these guys are the cloud chasers, because they're chasing the famous guys, and I'm just speaking truth to power, right? And actually, Rabbi Onava said that the people that are going to be hated, besides the Talmidei Chachamim, are the people who are, not so prominent and not so, wealthy and not so up there and don't have the blue check marks, but are speaking truth to the people who do. And these are the people, going to be the people, the ones who speak the truth, that are going to be despised by the Erev Rav. These are going to be the people that are going to be, the Erev Rav is going to try to shut their mouths. That's it. And we see it. We see it today. Not only that, we see that, when we put our content on things like ShmooTube, owned by Shmoogle, it gets automatically taken down. Again, a friend of ours made a video. We interviewed him. He spoke about the what, and it was an opinion that wasn't liked by the Israeli government or by Shmoogle and Boogle and Flugel, and they took it down within hours. I think it wasn't even within 24 hours. I don't even know if it was like 12 hours. Maybe it was 12 hours. And it was already becoming, you could see it was going to be like semi-viral, let's put it that way. What I like to call mini-viral, but it was taken down. So we put it on Bumble, Stumble, and already, he's got 400 or something, almost 500 hits on that within a day or two, right? In a platform that doesn't get a lot of hits on, it doesn't even come up on Google. Rabbi Nava actually also mentioned this as well. People can't find my lectures. He's like, if you think that Google doesn't deliberately suppress certain things, and you want to talk about SEO and all these other things, not even SEO, it's just deliberate suppression of specific content. Nothing to do with SEO. You can do all the best SEO and still won't come up, right? So we understand that. That's what's going on. But yeah, my point to my friend was, listen, you have to look at the holistic picture, good and bad, and all the positives that Chazal would say would be happening, all the so to speak, unfavorable things, the foibles, as Rav Kook calls them. And I mentioned that, Rav Kook said our foibles that are challenges and our flaws are great, and that means that our consolations and the, so to speak, awards or things that happen in the positive sense are even greater. And it all ties in with what I mentioned to you guys before in a previous video about for all the sheker that we just experienced, for all the lies that we heard and experienced in the last 6 years of this Shemitah cycle. The upcoming Shemitah year, we're going to experience an equal amount, and if not 6 times more, of emet, of truth that's coming out. And we see it now. We see it coming out. It's going to come out more and more the closer we get to Rosh Hashanah, especially Elul, but especially the closer we get to, Rosh Hashanah, which is basically the beginning of September, the first week of September, the second week of September. And, that's basically it, guys. That's basically the story. And we have to look at the big picture. And today, it's interesting, we see in the Israeli government situation, what do we see? Perfect example, there's this whole bill of rights for our brothers and sisters. Are you asking a very good question? I'll answer it. The hats and all the black and white are cultural throwbacks to Eastern Europe. The bowing back and forth is just, they're trying to focus. They're trying to focus and hone in on praying, and it's a way of focusing. It's like a meditation of sorts. Yeah, listen, there's a whole segment of the Orthodox Jewish world that dresses like this, and it's just a throwback to Eastern Europe, and they choose to stay in that way of dress, and that's what it is. It's called Haredim. So that's it, to answer your question. But back to the Israeli government. So there's this whole bill on the table to, basically recognize the citizenship rights of certain Arabs. And obviously the left and the Arabs want to vote in favor. The right wing of this ruling coalition want to vote against, and Bennett is trying to convince the rest of the government, which is the opposition, Bibi and the Haredim and all these people, to vote with them. And he said, no, I will not vote with you. because we're the opposition. And this is something that you would think that they would vote with them, but just because it's political, just because he wants to give Bennett a loss and he wants to topple the government, he's not going to vote with them, and they're going to have a vote of no confidence, and that's what we're going to have, my friends. So this is going to possibly be the thing that takes down this particular Bennett plus, you know, certain Bennett plus, I guess, right wing or centrist plus lefty plus Arab factions, and this is what we're going to have. This is the situation we're going to find ourselves in, and it's no surprise that this is happening during the 3 weeks, my friends. And let's see what happened after that. Been following you and your perspective of Haaretz, although you won't acknowledge my text. Thanks. So many of my questions are answered. I am acknowledging your text. I acknowledge it all the time. I can't always answer the questions. I like to stay on topic and not get sidetracked. Michael Brenner, I'm not a Kabbalist, but there are Jewish mystical reasons for Haredi wearing black as well. Yes, I heard that as well. I won't get into it in this video. But yeah, there are also reasons for that. Listen, interesting stuff. But anyway, all right, guys, that's all I have to say on the subject that I covered today. What am I going to talk about next? Oh, I think we going to have a very interesting interview. Speaking of Kabbalists, I think tomorrow my friend and I will be visiting one, and I think as we wait, we will speak to you guys maybe live. We'll go live from wherever it's going to be. And we will just lay out kind of what our mission is, myself and my friend Ari Lewis, with all of these interviews and what we're trying to do here going forward. Because we've done 4 very interesting interviews. And what if you guys ever seen the movie Office Space? What is it you do here? You know, he's asking this guy who's like a manager at Initech, and they're trying to scale down in the company. And the consultants, one of them asks, so what would you say it is you do here? Exactly. So we'll tell you what exactly it is we do here at the Nation of Israel. All right, guys, we will be in touch. Talk to you soon.